There is so much happening on the OutKast song, Miss Jackson, we have to talk about it. For me, when I hear this song, there are 5 unique musical elements at play, and when they all combine together, the effect, once you know those things are there, it's incredible. As always, there are 2 versions of this video, the version you're about to watch on YouTube, as well as the Patreon edit, which is longer, there's extended stuff, there's more music, I can do more over there than I can here. Patreon.com/diggingthegreats, you know the drill, let's keep going. Let's talk about the first musical element at play here, Erykah Badu. Is Erykah Badu a musical element? In this case, yes, let's talk about it. So first off, if you don't already know this, Miss Jackson is Erykah Badu's mom. I mean, her name is not Miss Jackson, but she's the stand-in. Miss Jackson is the name for Erykah. Whatever, let me explain. Erykah and Andre 3000 had been in a relationship and had a child, and they were not married at the time. And the only reason I bring that up is because of one of the other musical elements that I'm going to talk about in just a second. But Erykah Badu does have an influence on this song. OutKast is kind of like the Beatles in the sense that where they ended up is completely different from where they started. For example, here's the song Players Ball from their debut album from 1994, Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music.
It's beginning to look a lot like wood. Follow my every step. Take notes on how I crept.
We already looked at this on my breakdown of the album A.T. Aliens, but there's an evolution at play here, a musical evolution. Players Ball sounds a lot more like a lot of other hip-hop of the day. There is singing on the chorus, which is where we're headed, but at the same time, a lot of it, even just their flow, is much more straightforward. Where would they end up, though?
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so.
Can't play the whole thing, come on. On this song, Hey Ya, it's just Andre 3000. He's not even rapping, he's just singing the whole song. Of course, it's a double album, and Big Boy has a lot of solo tracks too. There's a whole story behind that, but that's a different video. So when I hear this,
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real.
I hear a clear influence of an incredible neo-soul singer in the form of Andre's baby mama, Erykah Badu. Maybe that's too generous to credit Erykah Badu specifically with the fact that OutKast has more and more singing, ending up with, hey ya, that's all Andre's doing. But we do know that this song is about Erykah Badu. We know that they had a child out of wedlock. Again, there's more coming with that. We also know that the Miss Jackson is Erykah's mom. And it is well documented at this point that Erykah Badu has an effect on the men that she dates. I'm not going to weigh in on that conversation, plenty of other people have. And while Erykah Badu had mixed feelings the first time she heard this song, her mother, the Miss Jackson, loved it.
I was working on Mama's Gun at the time, and James Poyser busted into the room going, have you heard Miss Jackson yet? I was like, no, I haven't. Then he started playing it, and I still had a kind of sore spot, I didn't want to hear that. And especially when I heard Big Boy's verse. Then when I heard Andre's verse, I felt very good because his verse was really, really inspiring. So I liked it. But how did my mama feel? Our baby, she bought her a Miss Jackson license plate. She had the mug.
Merch, pop-up shop.
She had the ink pen. She had the headband. Everything.
The next musical element I hear in this is cameo. Yes. That cameo. That's because bassist Aaron Mills, the bassist for Cameo, played bass on Miss Jackson. I actually got to talk to Aaron Mills about this a few years ago, and as he told the story, basically he had just gotten back from tour. He's very tired. He's on a different time zone entirely. There's a knock at the door. It's 4 a.m, and it's Dungeon Family engineer Shy Boy. He asks him if he wants to record with OutKast. Of course, Aaron Mills does not know who OutKast is, but he agrees to do it at 4 a.m. As a bass player and just person, that's something I would never do. I'm not even going to answer the door at 4 a.m. I mean, maybe that's why I'm not on a classic song like this, but I don't think anyone has actually come to my door at 4 a.m. that I know of. I mean, I keep that door locked, you know what I mean? Anyway, he tracked bass on this. He said it was 1, maybe 2 takes at the most. Very simple, very straightforward. And now that you know it's Aaron Mills of Cameo on Miss Jackson, you're not going to be able to unhear it. Here's just the beat from Miss Jackson. Let's try and isolate that bass. This is imperfect, but boom, boom, boom. He's slapping in there. By comparison, here's Candy by Cameo, just the drums and the bass. I don't know if it's gonna work.
My baby is drama, mama, don't like me. Doing things like having the boys clean her neighborhood to the studio trying to fight me. Need to get up. Mr. American client, take her bite out. That's my house. I disconnect the cable and turn the lights out. Let her know her grandchild is a baby and not a paycheck. Private school, daycare, medical bills, I pay that. I love your mom and everything. See, I ain't the one who lay down. You wanna rip you up, start a custody war, my lawyer stay down. She never got a chance to hear my side of the story, we was divided. She had fish fries, cookouts for my child's birthday, I invited, despite it. I show her the utmost respect when I call through. All you will defend that lady when I call you. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize.
We're in different keys. I don't know about that. You get the point though. That's the same bass player. Let me take a second and thank the sponsor of today's video, Oslo. Hey you. Yeah, you. Did you get enough sleep last night? Probably not, because billions of people around the world get terrible sleep all the time. But Oslo is determined to give you the best sleep of your life. Their first product? The Sleep Buds. They're like little buddies that go in your ears. They're not gonna approve of that for sure. I knew they were sending me these things to try out, but look at the giant box they sent me. That's just because there's also a hoodie and a note in here, but check this out. These are the Sleep Buds. They're science-driven earbuds that are designed to comfortably block out any sleep-disrupting sounds and replace it with anything you'd like to stream. Can't hear you. I'm sleeping. They don't stick out at all. Look at that. So even on your side, they're super comfortable. The battery life is 10 hours, plus the case holds a full 4 charges. Getting hot. I'm gonna take the hoodie off. I did the default nature sounds, but you can stream anything you want to these. Podcast, an audiobook, music, the video you're currently watching right now. What if I'm in someone's dreams right now? Anyway, thank you to Oslo for the Sleep Buds and the hoodie. Scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description for the best sleep of your life. Alright, so we got Erykah Badu, we got Aaron Mills of Cameo, and the next musical element we gotta talk about is this backwards beat. Using reversed elements in a beat had been done before, very famously in cases like Paul Revere from 1986 by the Beastie Boys. Of course, there's also songs like Drop by The Far Side, which uses a backwards harp sample. This is something we looked at in a previous video. It's backwards harp. And then we get to Miss Jackson, which has not only reversed congas in the intro, that's the very first thing you hear, also throughout the song, but also reversed hi-hats. Here's just the drums. Those hi-hats. Those are played and then reversed. Same thing with that conga part. So this backwards effect, that's a cool sounding effect for sure, but thematically, I see something deeper. Lyrically on Big Boy's verses, he's complaining about his baby mama, and he's a little more sour about the situation. I think that's fair to say. Andre, though, speaking directly to Miss Jackson, who is, as we know, Erykah Badu's mother, it seems like he is a little more sad that it didn't work out. They had a puppy love thing going on, and you can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. And either way, from either MC, we have regret about how this situation has turned out. And what is regret other than wishing you could go backwards into the past and change some things? So when these backwards congas or backwards hi-hats mix in with the rest of the beat, which is going forwards, this is the kind of thing that I hear. This is the sound of regret, wishing that you could go backwards, but knowing really the only thing you can do is to keep moving forwards. Speaking of wishing for what could have been, let's talk about the next musical element. What are we at, number 4 now? You're surely familiar with Wagner's Bridal Chorus, right? I mean, you are, you just don't know that that's the name of it. You probably know it as Here Comes the Bride. Right? Now this is in the key of C, and I've put it in that key intentionally for our purposes. So every major key has a relative minor key, And what that means basically is that it's the same set of notes, it's just that a different note is going to be the home base for it. I like to think of keys as picking players on a kickball team. Yeah, I'm going to go with that guy, her, him, this guy, her, and then this tall dude. Those are your players on your team and everyone else is not. This is how I think of key signatures. Well, if I'm C and I'm the captain, great, we're in C major. But then tall guy over here, A, he comes into the picture, he says, I am the captain now. He's probably got a low voice, I don't know. I'm doing a bit right now. So tall guy comes in, right? He's A. He comes in, he says, I'm gonna be the team captain, everyone's gonna revolve around me. Well, now, he's got a little bit darker vibe than I do. I'm a pretty upbeat guy, right? I'm happy, just like major keys are happy. This analogy is going to work. I'm improvising this, and this is going to work. But the tall guy, woo, he's seen some stuff, you know, in his life. You can tell, just like his brow just sort of sags. You can tell he's seen some stuff. So with him in charge, it's going to be a different team. It's the same exact players. It's just a different captain in charge. Does anything I'm saying make sense? The point is, it's the same set of notes. It's the same thing. It's just, what is the home base? What is the main sound you're trying to get back to? Is it something that's happy or something that's a little sadder sounding? This bridal chorus, this is major. This is happy. Fantastic. Here comes the bride. This is a very happy day, a celebratory sound. But in Miss Jackson, remember, Andre 3000 and Erykah Badu had a child out of wedlock. I feel super old when I say wedlock. That's just a very old-timey phrase, I feel like. Whatever, we're gonna roll with it. But they had this loving relationship, this child, they had a good thing happening, but now that didn't go the way they thought. It went a little sadder. Wouldn't it be crazy if OutKast snuck the bridal chorus into Miss Jackson? But in the spirit of the kickball analogy that I gave, what if they rearranged the players to make it sad sounding? Here it comes right here. Bum, bum, ba, bum. Bum, bum, ba, bum. Playing the relative minor. We're now in A minor. That bum, bum, ba, bum. Bum, bum, ba, bum is happening. It's the same thing, it's just in a different key. And last but certainly not least, we have a classic song that seems to have a lot of similarities with Miss Jackson. Musically speaking, the vibe, the chords, the melody in particular, there's a lot of similarities. So in 1971, Shuggie Otis released the song Strawberry Letter 23. One of his cousins was dating a man named George Johnson. George Johnson, of course, being one of the members of the Brothers Johnson. He came across this song, brought it to his brother and producer Quincy Jones, who, by the way, rest in peace. My goodness, Quincy Jones. What a legend. Quincy Jones, it all comes back to Quincy Jones. So the Brothers Johnson record Strawberry Letter 23. It's a huge hit for them as well. Lyrically, this song, Strawberry Letter 23, is about two people exchanging musical love letters to each other. As he says in the song, he's just received Strawberry Letter 22, and he's listening to it, and this song is his reply back. What if, in the same way that we looked at that bridal chorus, the major and the minor flip, what if Miss Jackson is copying the same idea with love letters? Erykah is off at Electric Lady, literally recording her next album, Mama's Gun, while this song comes out. She had not heard it before, and as we saw in that clip, she liked Andre's verse about it. So what if instead of love letters back and forth, like we see in Strawberry Letter 23, what if this is a sort of apology letter sending to not only Miss Jackson, but to Erykah herself? I'm gonna mix something up, you be the judge.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Me and your daughter got a special thing going on. You say it's puppy love, we say it's forever. Hope that we feel this way forever. You can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. Miss Jackson. 10 times out of 9, now if I'm lying, fine. The quickest muzzle, throw it on my mouth and I'll decline. King meet queen, then the puppy love thing. Together green, about that crib with the good year swing. On the oak tree, I hope we feel like this forever. Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. Forever never seems that long until you're grown. And notice that the day by day ruler can't be too wrong. Miss Jackson, my intentions were good, I wish I could become a magician to abracadabra off the saddle. Thoughts of me, thoughts of she, thoughts of he. Asking what happened to the feeling that her and me had. I pray so much about it, need some neat pads. Happened for a reason, one can't be mad. So know this, know that everything's cool. And yes, I will be present on the first day of school and graduation. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real.
I don't know how directly intentional this is, but when I listen to the song, this is what I hear. We have a clear evolution in sound, not only in their rapping, but also with singing, with Erykah Badu, with that cameo bass, with the backwards drums. We got a reworked and sort of twisted bridal chorus, and then we have a little bit of maybe an ode to Strawberry Letter 23. And then on top of that, you put Big Boy's insanely fast flow, as well as Andre's incredible rhyming. It's so good. Like I said, this evolution of sound, this is something that you can see throughout their albums, and something that I explored in my video on AT Aliens. But for that whole story and that evolution, you gotta click here.